Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Chair Yoga here with Haley Hinson of Sacred Lotus House. Not horse either. Sacred Lotus Heart. I don't even know my own business name today. Welcome to our Chair Yoga. Thank you to the Cook and Aspen Libraries for sponsoring these classes so that all of us can feel a little bit better every week with our Chair Yoga. So if you're just joining me now and you haven't been a part of our Chair Yoga classes, we do use a chair in every class. We use blocks, or you can use a stack of books and a strap. A strap can be a belt, it can be a scarf, it can be an exercise band. It doesn't have to be an actual yoga strap. The only thing that you may want to make sure is that it has enough length that if you were to put it over your foot, you could still let your arms come all the way in and relax your shoulders down. So if you're really hunching because it's too short, you may need something longer. We're going to use it a little bit today, not a whole bunch, but I just wanted to go over that briefly. We're going to be working on things that help our kidneys. We're going to do a mudra for our kidney function and our kidney meridians. And then we are going to be going through some yoga that helps our hips and our necks to release so that our whole spine can find a little bit more length. When we go into the winter, we tend to hunch a lot when we go out with our coats, or we bundle up, and we tend to make everything compress. So we're going to learn how to open that up for the winter with some winter warm-ups. So to start, we're going to find our yoga space. So I know you've probably created your yoga space. Make sure it feels comfy to you. And then I want you to mentally and energetically create your sacred yoga space, whatever that might be today, where it's just your healing space. So if you need to sweep out anything that no longer serves you, isn't yours, get all of that anxiety, worries, concerns, and just let them kind of push out to the sides. Keep them out of your yoga space. They might float in, and that's okay. Just let them float back out. Set up for your yoga. You can be barefoot, or you can have grippy socks like I have on, or you can even wear shoes, whatever feels most comfortable to you. Just try to have a non-slip surface. Let your sit bones find the base of your chair. And we're going to start with having our feet planted firmly on the floor, shins going forward, tailbone going down, and the navel slightly going up so your pelvis neutralizes itself. Really finding those sit bones on the chair. I'm on the edge of the chair because that's what's most comfortable for me today. You can be further back if you wish, but we want to try to have as much of a 90-degree angle as we can with our legs. Remember that each chair might be a little different, so you might have to wiggle around and find that comfort spot. So beginning with our practice, we engage, we set up our base of our legs and our sit bones. We've set up our yoga space, so now we can breathe with ease in. And a soft exhale, open the mouth. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. We're going to start with some warm-ups, warming the shoulders as well as our hands and wrists. Slowly breathing in and bring the hands together, clasping them. I'm going to turn the palms to face away and breathe out. You can let the shoulders round forward if you want. Breathe in, bend those elbows out to the sides. Breathe out, push the palms away. Let your tailbone continue to go down and your navel slightly in and up. Even push the shins towards the front of your space, letting you feel like you anchor into your chair. Now we're going to take those hands up overhead. Going to lift the hands up and exhale out. Let those ears be hugged by the arms. Tailbone down, navel slightly in. Inhale, let the arms relax. You can let the hands rest on the head. Exhale. Inhale. Drop the shoulders down. Exhale. Inhale, let the arms come down and rest in your lap, still having those hands clasped. Just roll the wrists so the palms can rest. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to start pushing the knuckles away as we breathe in. We're going to scoop those hands all the way up overhead. Breathe in. Tailbone down. Breathe out. Let them reach out in front. Now we're going to do that with the palms facing away. Breathe in. Breathe out. First way, knuckles press away. Breathe in. Shoulders come up by the ears and then roll them back and down. Breathe out. Turn the palms away. Breathe in. Shoulders drift back down. Breathe out. One more. Let the arms rest down by the sides, just dripping those fingers towards the earth. Roll the shoulders back. We're going to take the hands behind you just a little bit. You can grab the side of the chair or slightly behind you and lean just a wee bit. Not a whole bunch. Roll the shoulders back and squeeze those arms towards the center of your spine. Breathing in and out through the sternum, through the chest. And then try to scoop the tailbone towards the knees. Draw the navel to the spine. Notice how long you're starting to get. Press the feet in and the shins forward. Good. One more breath. Bending the elbows a little bit, let the hands come forward. Continuing to open up the top body, we're going to roll the left shoulder back and let it come down towards the back of the chair. Palms are probably going to face on the inside. Then we're going to try to square our shoulders up. Have our chest facing forward. Hinge forward just a little bit from the waist so that you feel just a little bit of engagement, but you're not causing any pain, you're not causing too much pulling. It just is kind of a released feeling. Shoulders square up, the same direction as your knees and your hips. Push the shins forward, tailbone goes forward. Draw the navel in and up, lengthening through the spine, and you might have to hinge a little bit more. We're going to let our right arm drift forward. You'll notice that you automatically want to try to turn to the left. See if you can roll that right shoulder back. Tailbone down and forward. Press the shins forward. Now we're going to come in and out of reaching the right hand forward and letting the chest turn to the side. Breathe in. Exhale, elongate that arm and let the heart turn naturally. Breathe in and roll back. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach forward and slight twist. Pause here if you can. Press your feet equally in. Drop your tailbone down. Roll the shoulders away from the ears and extend the hands away from each other. Slowly take the chin towards the sternum just a wee bit. Take the chin towards the left shoulder or the arm that's reaching to the chair. Let the nose slowly come up the wall just a wee bit and let the head center. Breathe in, breathe out. You might find even more space. Slowly turn your gaze toward your arm that's stretched out in front of you. Breathe in. Roll that shoulder back and look to that side of the room. Take the chin towards the shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Head turns center, and we're going to let the arm that was up in front come down and just dangle to the side. Wiggle those fingers. Roll the wrist. Press that hand into a knee and help yourself come up, and let the other hand let go of the chair or wiggle it out. Notice the differences. The arm that was holding the chair probably feels very open in your pectoral and in this webbing that connects your shoulder, the ball and socket joint, to your collarbone, to the muscles in the front of your chest, even to the upper part of your arm might feel a little bit more open and fluid with the blood flow. Let's see if we can equal that out on the other side. Roll that arm back and find the back of the chair. Hinge forward a little bit and square the shoulders. Engaging the legs. Breathe in. Extend the other arm out. Square the shoulders up again. Hinge forward. Engage tailbone, midline, legs. Breathing in and out. On your next exhale, we're going to extend the arm that's out in front of you even further, so we rotate the chest to the side. Trying to pull the chair forward and sitting heavy in the sit bones. On your next inhale, roll that shoulder back, squaring the shoulders. Inhale, extend the hand out. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale as we're here. Sit heavy in your sit bones, engage your legs. Tailbone down, navel in. So take the chin towards the sternum. When you're ready, roll the chin towards the back shoulder. Slowly take the gaze to a medium height. Pivot to the center. Roll the left shoulder back, or the arm that's out front, roll it back to square up. Start to take the gaze to look over that shoulder. Drop your tailbone back down, press your feet into the mat. Take the chin towards the shoulder, breathe in and out. Your gaze come to center. Let the arm drop down and relax. Shake it out, roll the wrist, wiggle the fingers, and bring it to the knee. Press in as you let go of the other arm. Wiggle it out. And notice the change of both shoulders. Bring the left arm to the back of the chair, fingers facing the booty and letting the heel come down. Just letting the back of the arm open, not putting any weight on it. We're going to inhale the right arm up tailbone down, roll the shoulders back, and exhale as we hinge over to that open side. Now you can engage putting more pressure into that left hand, pressing the palm into the chair. Breathing in and out of that right rib cage. Maybe even letting the right shoulder come up to the ear, tucking the chin towards the sternum if you want. Maybe even looking towards the right armpit. Drop your hips down into the chair. Come out, bend your elbows, help yourself up. And pause. Roll the wrists, point and flex them. And we're going to do the other side. Placing the other hand behind your fingertips towards the booty and just extending through that arm. Shoulders are square, tailbone goes down. And then reaching the other arm up, up, up. Hinging over. Now pressing that back arm in if you want. Tailbone drifts down, engage the legs. You can even let that upper shoulder come towards the ear. The chin can go towards that armpit. The gaze come to center. Bending the elbows and inhale up. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. Good. And now we're going to start working on the bottom part of our body. As I said, we're going to be using our blocks. What we're going to do is we're going to let our legs come a little wider. Toes are still going to face forward. And using your block or a stack of blocks, stack of books, placing it down, I'm going to start with the highest point. You can also use more blocks stacked on top of each other if you need. Hi, Lamont, you want to be part of my blocks? You can come down. All right, we're going to let our hands be on our knees, roll those shoulders back and drop the tailbone down. We're going to do a little bit of cat-cow as we're up here. We're going to press our hands in and arch the back through the shoulders this time. Take the chin towards the sternum just a wee bit. As we breathe in, look up, let your heart come forward. Making more of the movement through the chest area. Keep the tailbone going down towards the earth and the navel coming in and up. I see you, Lamont. Yes, we will be hinging soon. What are you, the doggy patrol of yoga? All right, now we're going to go into a deeper cat-cow, trying to go through the center part right beneath or behind your navel area. Exhale, try to arch through the navel area. Tuck the tail towards the knees, press the feet in. When we inhale, bend your elbows a little bit and try to drag those hands toward your hips. Exhale, arch again. Inhale up. And one more, exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And come to center. Now, following the cues at Mr. Lamont, the dachshund hound, we are going to start to hinge forward, but we're going to do it slowly. We're going to leave the feet on the floor and we're going to slide our elbows towards our knees. This way helps you to come down only what feels right to you. Cat-cow a little bit in the back until you find a neutral where it feels like your spine's nice and long. taking the crown to face forward. And then slowly beginning to let the nose go down towards the floor a little bit, looking down. But not curving and tucking the chin. We're just letting our gaze come down the crown as an extension of our spine from the cervical spine, thoracic, and lumbar. Take your tailbone down to the chair. Press your shins towards the front. And then if you want to come down a little further, but you still want to keep your head above the heart, you can slide your hands to the block. And continuing to come down slowly is what feels right to you. You might move the block to medium height or small, or even bring the hands down to the mat, letting the belly come in between the thighs. Right, Lamont? The beauty of having the block there is that you can have it as a stack of blocks or a stack of books. And you can also let the head rest on it. Again, you can make it a stack. In order to do that, letting the shoulders drip down, squeezing the inner thighs a little bit, pushing the shins towards the toes, drop your tailbone down. Slightly draw the navel towards the spine. Gentle breaths. Releasing the lower back. Giving space for the kidneys. When you're ready to come up, you can use the blocks, you can use your knees so that your hands can press into a surface. Slowly coming up, letting your blood pressure even out. Giving some more length to our cervical spine, to our thoracic spine, and our lumbar. We're going to toe heel our feet back in to where they line up with our hips. You can keep the block there because we are going to be using it. We're going to extend the right foot out by toe heeling it down, point those toes, point and flex the foot. Wiggle the toes. And then we're going to let that foot stay extended. Squeeze the inner thighs, rolling this inner thigh towards the floor, taking the tailbone down and rolling the shoulders back. We're going to be hinging down, but you have your knee. You have your block. We're going to slowly start to hinge down. Press your foot into the floor. That's your support knee. And let your elbows rest. And come down only to what feels right to you. When you feel like you have reached the point that feels like the right section for you, scoop your tailbone towards your knees. Maybe even take the chin to the sternum. You let the hands slide down towards the toes or even walk the block out further to let the shoulders have a break. You can walk the hands or the block to the right pinky side or the pinky side of that extended leg. Drop the tailbone down, squeeze inner thighs. Squeeze inner thighs and press the feet in. Look up towards your hands or your block. You can come up halfway if you need. Slide the block or the hands towards the left outer side. And exhale down. Letting the belly still be in between the legs. Inhale, looking up. Sliding the hands to the knees, bring your block with you and place it in the middle and slowly come back up. Drop your tailbone down, let your lower back ease, and we're going to flex that foot, the one that's nice and long. And then we're going to come down again. But I want you to come down smoothly and slowly for you. When you're ready, start to slide on down. Squeezing inner thighs, pressing the space leg in. Only coming down into what feels right to you today. You can walk the block forward if you want. You can even stack the blocks and let that support your head. You can squeeze your arms together to support your head. We're going to slowly look up, walking the block or the hands towards the pinky side of the lengthened out leg. Maybe we even reach the opposite arm a little over to that side. Inhale up, walk the block or the hands over towards the opposite side. Reach diagonally across even more. Drop the hips back down into the chair. Inhale, look up, walk the block or the hands to center. You can use your knee and your blocks, and we're going to sit back up. Slide that long leg back underneath and just notice what one side behind the back, in the hips, behind the sacrum, all of those spaces, what they feel like to you as we have opened up more and more of our body. It might feel like one side feels heavy and sluggish and the other feels a little bit more lighter. We're going to continue to open up the right side more than the left so we can compare even more. We're going to keep the right ball of the foot on the floor and we're going to lift that heel up and roll the ankle. Roll it one way, roll it the other way. Then we're going to curl those toes and roll up to the top of the foot. Stretching through the shin, through the top of the foot, bring it back down. The other way to do that is to scoop the foot behind, curl the toes under, and drop the leg. So you can do either one. You can also massage this hip flexor. Slide that foot back underneath. We're actually going to walk that leg out to the side. Come to the heels so the toes naturally open up and let that foot come down. So it's a little bit of a 45-degree angle. We're going to keep the knee bent though, and we're going to hinge down towards the center of our chair. We want to try to keep our hips going that way, our heart. Only come down to what feels right for you. If you have arthritis in your hips, this is a great one for you. And then we're going to turn our torso to face that right leg or the leg that's out to the side. Draw your navel over and maybe you hinge down a little bit. Take your booty down. You can do the diagonal arm movement. Slowly slide to the center and we'll go the other diagonal arm movement. Inhale to the center. Sit back up, use your thighs to do so, and let that outer knee collapse in. Slide the outer leg, slide the heel towards the chair, but out to the side, so your knee can drift down just a little bit more. Help that leg to open back up and let it drift back in. Let it open back up. And let it drift back down. One more thing we're gonna do on this side. Before we do the left, we're gonna extend that leg out and point the toes. Exhale, down. Using blocks or hands, swoop over. Keep your sit bones down on the chair. Swoop to the left side. When you're ready, take your time. Flex that right foot, that lengthened out leg. Take those toes up and slowly walk using blocks, hands, floor. And then come to the center. Help yourself back up. Bend that right knee, flex that foot even more. And let both legs just relax. You can wiggle them side to side. Extend both feet out, point and flex. And walk the feet underneath you. Roll the shoulders back and down. And let's do that left side, or your opposite side, depending on which side you started with. You're gonna lengthen that foot out. Point the toes. Point and flex. Lamont is very vocal today. He really wants to be part of the class, don't you? All right. Then we're gonna hinge down. Remember, you can use your block. Hinge down slowly. Using the blocks for your hands, you can come over to the outer side of that lengthened out leg. Reach the opposite arm over. Sliding to the center and then over to the other side. Inhale to center. You can sit all the way up if you want. You can come halfway up, whatever feels right to you. And then we're gonna flex that lengthened out leg. So if you wanna come all the way up and then come back down, that's up to you. Everyone has a different preference. It can be different day to day. Exhale down. And let the sit bones come back down to the chair. The arms, hands, blocks come to the outside. Walk that arm out a little bit more in the diagonal motion. You can tuck your chin towards the sternum or towards the armpit if that feels right. Press your base leg in, come back up. When you're ready, inhale. And slowly go over to the other side. When you're ready, inhale to the center. Help yourself to slowly come up, bend that knee, and come up. Slide that foot underneath, relax. Let that leg come out to the side a little. Let the knee come in and out, in and out. Lift the toes so the heel can lift up. Pressing into the floor and seeing where that 45-degree angle goes. In and out with the leg again. Exhale, hinge forward a little bit. Angle the body to the sturdy leg. And outstretch the arms like we did the other side if you want. And then to the longer leg. If you ever want to come in deeper, you can even open the arms up like we do in triangle, out to the sides, one hand towards the floor and one towards the ceiling. But that's after you've warmed up a little bit more. Inhale to the center. You can sit up if you want, or you can start to extend that left leg out, point the toes, hinge down. So we're going to go side to side, take as long as you want or need. You're going to feel inner thigh a little bit. Center when you're ready, but take as much time as you want. If I'm going faster than you need or can do, that's fine. Go the pace that you need to. Inhale, center. You can sit up if you want, or you can go ahead and flex that foot where we are. Hinge down. Again, side to side. Inhale, center. Bend that knee, flex that foot, slide it back underneath. Sit up. And slide that heel towards the back of you just a little bit so that knee can drift into the center. And just let the leg be heavy and relaxed. Good. Come back to the center and relax. We're going to do one more thing with the block, and then we'll move on to the strap, and then we'll wind down for our Shavasana. So we've been opening up our lower back, our shoulders. You might feel that your whole spine feels a little longer. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually be using our block as a base for our shin. We've done other moves where we have opened up the hip flexor, we've opened up the quads, we've done where the knee is on the chair, we've done where we use the strap, but this time we're going to be using our block as a base. For my preference, I like to come to where I'm a diagonal on my chair. I'm going to show you what I mean, and then you can figure out what works for you. Everyone has a different way of placing their leg on the block as well. If you need more than one block, or you need to move the block further out, up, down, go ahead and do that. There's no right or wrong, but just make sure that you feel safe and secure as you do it. So I'm going to start to angle my body so that my outer foot is my support. Very similar to like when we do our warriors. My block, I'm going to start to angle where I think I might want my block. I think it's going to be down here because that's where my shin is going to go. We have the back of the chair. I think I need to adjust again. There we go. So eventually we want so that this whole cheek can kind of hang off of the chair. We're going to lean into the chair. You can walk, you can swing, you can scoot the leg back, whatever feels right to you so that you can find that shin. I didn't aim correctly. I need to move my block with my toes. Okay. So then when we come down, I'm going to have to bring that block in so I'm closer to the chair. So take some fine tuning. So this way we're not putting any weight on the knee joint itself. You can curl the toes underneath, pressing the heel away, or you can let the toes be relaxed. Squeeze the inner thighs. Take the tailbone forward. Notice how that starts to open your hip flexor here. Then if you want, you can drop your glute off of the chair. You can come in deeper by lifting that same arm up and over. And let both arms come up. Scoop the tailbone forward. Let it fly down towards the earth and then scoop it forward again. Squeeze midline, press that front foot in. Draw your navel towards the spine. Small movements in your pelvis. If you want to come deeper, you can drop the knee off the block a little bit and draw your back heel towards your glute just a little bit and then flex. Press whatever you have still on the block into the mat, into the floor, scoop the tailbone forward, and press your base leg in. And then relax. I come out of that, I like to lean over into my chair, slowly move that leg out, and move to the center. For me, my block is probably going to stay pretty much in the same space. I might have to scoot it forward just a little bit over to my other side. Start to set yourself up. Take your time. If I'm already in it and you're still setting yourself up, take your time, please, to set up so that you feel comfortable in your pose. Remember that each side is going to feel different. We are always changing. Please don't compare yourself to yesterday, to an hour ago, to years ago. We are always changing. You may have been able to do one thing today and you won't be able to do it tomorrow. Or maybe you were able to do it yesterday and you can't do it today. It's okay. Squeeze the inner thighs, push the shins away from each other, scoop the tailbone forward. Let the tailbone flow down. Again, you can curl the toes under if you'd like, or you can have the foot relaxed. You can let the arm come up. You can let both arms come up. When you feel ready to drop the tailbone down and scoop the tailbone forward, squeeze the inner thighs, press the front foot in, press the shin into the block. If you want, you can lift the heel towards the booty. Drop the tailbone back down. And then find the chair with the hands. Hinge over to the side and slowly come out. Before I move the block, I'm going to show you the next step that you can do on your own if you'd like. You can use the strap around the ankle and use it like a pulley system on your shoulder so that you can lift that heel even closer to your booty. You can also use your arm if you want. So I'm going to show you what I mean. We've done the standing using the chair, but you can also use the block. As I said, you can have the knee coming off the block. You can also put the knee on the block if you want. Square yourself up, draw the heel in towards the booty, and roll the shoulder back and take the hand and find the ankle if you want. Or you can use the strap doubled, or you can even, if you have one with loops, create it so that you put your foot in the lasso. So that is around the ankle. You can do the standing as well, having the knee on a ottoman, a stool, the sofa. So this is one way. Tailbone down. So this is going to get into your quads. Flex the foot for the knee health. If having the knee joint on the block doesn't work, you have the chair to lean in. You can drop that knee joint off and use the block as support. You can grab onto that chair. If this motion with the strap doesn't work, remember you can make that lasso to make your strap even longer. So that's just another way that you can go deeper on your own at home. And if you have questions, remember you can always ask me. All right, so we're going to come to the center. We're going to move our block to the side. We're going to take these are our legs, take our legs out. We're going to point our toes out. Let your sit bones rest on the edge. Walk your toes out. If you feel like you might need your block down there, go ahead. I removed mine, but you may, by all means, keep it in the center. We're going to hinge down. Make sure that your booty stays on the chair. Squeeze inner thighs, push the feet away, hinge down. This is where if you do have a stack of blocks or books and you want to let your forehead rest, maybe you do.
but you don't have to. Remember, there's different heights of the blocks. When you're ready, slowly come up or come halfway up and flex one foot. It doesn't matter which one, and hinge back down. You can sort of weave side to side if you want, but you need to know that your body's okay with that. Point those toes and flex the other foot. Point those toes, bend your knees, walk your feet a little underneath you more. Maybe bring your hands to your block, then to the knees, and sit up. Take as much time as you need for your blood pressure. Walk those feet closer to the chair, rearrange. Walk your feet out to the furthest parts that feel right. Drop your tailbone down, squeeze the inner thighs and push the shins towards your toes. Hinge to one side. Whatever side you're leaning towards, the opposite leg scoots out just a little bit. You can reach the arm up, almost like that side angle. Then bend the lengthened out leg, flex that foot, inhale to the center. Slide that foot back underneath the knee a little bit more, and we'll do the other side. Lean. And side angle. Flex that foot, bend the knee, come back up when you're ready. Inhale slowly. This time we're going to point the toes in, heels go out, hinge over to the first side. We're not putting too much weight on that leg, but we're extending through this long leg. You can use the brace of the chair if you want, but make sure that shoulder's rolled back. Inhale up, bend the knees. To the other side. You can lift the arm up and over. And slowly come back up, bend the knees. Toe heel together. As close as you can. And then to stretch out the back, you can either hinge over or you can use hands or straps to draw a leg in. You can use your strap and sew your arm if you want. If you're sitting up and drawing the knee in, make sure to do the other one. Good. Now we are going to transition to using our hands real quick instead of our strap, unless you feel like you need your strap. I'm going to put my feet on my block just because that feels really good today. You don't need to do that, but it does kind of feel nice every once in a while to play with the different heights of the floor so that you can bring it closer to your feet, to your joints. So we're going to draw our left thigh, or choose a thigh. Draw it into your heart. You can use your hands or your strap. And what we're going to be doing is actually pressing the weight of that thigh into our hands, lengthening the arms out. They're probably going to squeeze forward a little bit. And then hinge back just a little bit. You can lean back into the chair if you want. Press your base foot into the block. If you're not on the block, press it into the floor. It's all right. And then unbend that leg. Point and flex. Roll the ankle one way and then the other. And then bend your elbows, drawing that leg up and in. Point and flex. Roll the ankle. And then slowly bend that knee and let it drip down. Let that leg come down. On your own, if you want to continue that wheel around, bending the knee, extending, coming down, bending the knee, go ahead. You can mix it up on which one you breathe, which direction. Let's do the other leg. Do your joint movements. And if you want to do that wheel, you play with when you extend and when you bend, when you point and when you flex. That's something you can do on your own. It helps with the joint health of the hips. Sitting up nice and tall. Winding down for our Shavasana. We're going to bring our hands together. We're going to start to clasp the fingers, but then we're going to undo just the middle fingers and let them come together. Madanga Mudra. It helps with the stomach, the kidneys, the pancreas, the gallbladder, basically the elimination and digestion systems. Feeling your breath ease. Wiggle around in your chair if you need to switch and feel more comfortable. You can bring the soles of the feet together and open the knees up if you need to be in a butterfly. Do whatever feels comfortable to you. Feet can come out, knees can drift in. Any way that you can focus on your breath in this mudra. The tongue touching just behind the teeth. Soft throat. Breathing in and out the kidneys, the pancreas, the gallbladder sections of the body. The stomach, all the digestion and elimination systems. Arms can relax. If you need to come in deeper into the mudra, you can let the wrists come down and the elbows out to the sides. This is a good one to do 5 to 15 minutes a day. I'm only going to do it for a little bit. But if you want to continue to do it during your Shavasana, you may. So I let go of the hands, wiggle them out, and prepare for your Shavasana. Whether you want to stay seated or you want to lie down for your Shavasana. You can also do those propped Shavasanas that we've done before using pillows or things behind you so that you can alter how you're laying down so your blood pressure, your body can relax in the way that is a good manner for you. You can do that with feet up on the chair, up on a sofa, pillows, the wall. You can have your back propped with your legs down, whatever feels comfortable to you. I'm going to come down to the floor today. And I'm not going to use my chair. I'm going to let my legs be nice and comfy out long in a traditional Shavasana. So make your way into whatever version works for you. If you're coming down, make sure to take time to release your back to the floor. If you feel like you need any other stretches, twists, or movements, go ahead and do that. You might do a mini bridge, taking the tailbone towards the knees and then letting the arms come out and slowly moving one leg long and then the other. If you're still sitting in the chair, concentrate on your breathing and the body relaxing as you begin to integrate all that you've been doing in your body. The forehead relaxes. The eyes relax and drift, almost feeling heavy. The throat is at ease. The jaws are relaxed. You feel the breath moving in and out slowly and gently. Letting the world melt away. Disconnecting for a moment. Letting yourself float. Beginning to feel yourself slowly drifting back into your body. Wiggling fingertips, tapping the toes, scrunching the nose and making funny faces. Feeling more and more of yourself drift back into your body. Stretching and moving, yawning, even sticking the tongue out. If you're lying down, beginning to think how you're going to roll to your side. Do you need knees drawing in? Do you need one knee drawn in and the other leg long? If you're sitting in your chair, continue to move and feel yourself coming back to your body. Take your time to rest on the side. Integrating and balancing the circulatory system with the nervous systems. Then when you're ready to sit up, especially if you've been on the floor, notice if you need to draw a knee towards your chest or you need to lengthen a leg out so that you don't aggravate anything in your lower back, your upper back, or even your shoulder. Coming to whatever is a comfortable position for you, I'm going to sit on my block. You don't have to be in some funky yoga pose. You can be in something relaxed for you. One where you feel like you can sit up nice and tall and you can breathe, you can return back to your chair. Letting any of your prayers, your manifestations, intentions, good wishes for yourself, loved ones, community, the world, even the universe, start to build in your heart, flowing through your hands. And letting the hands face the sky and letting those beautiful intentions float up and be heard. If there is a saying, a mantra, a prayer that you like to say to yourself out loud or in your mind that helps you feel like you've honored yourself. Go ahead and do that now. When you're ready, bring your hands into Andala Mudra, prayer hands, sealing in everything we've done, centering ourselves. And if you'd like to join me in the closing of an Om, 3 Shantis, and a Namaste, meaning we are all connected as one. Peace, peace, peace. And the light, the spirit within me honors the light and the spirit within you. You may join with me if you so choose. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, Haley Hinson of Sacred Lotus Heart, for Chair Yoga, sponsored and brought to you by the Cook and Aspen Library. If you have any questions or concerns about today's practice, a practice we've done before, even your own practice at home, go ahead, unmute yourself, or you can put it in the chat box and ask away. Don't forget to head on over to the YouTube channel where I do provide a handful of these classes periodically for you to watch for free, and they're fully edited and ready to watch. That's Sacred Lotus Heart YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss when we upload a new one, and even like your favorite ones so that it always comes up to the front of what you're watching. Thank you. And if you ever want to contact me privately, go ahead and go to my website, sacredlotusheart.com, and you can contact me from there. You can ask any questions about deepening your practice, or any questions about your practice in class or your own. Does anyone have any questions about today's practice, your own practice, or that of other classes that we've done together?
Hi, Haley. My name is Veena. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So this is my first class, and I joined, I think, because like most people at home and sitting on the chair a lot, and wanted to try something where I could, I think, have more movement while I'm sitting on a chair. And I just want to say this was a very wonderful, peaceful class, and definitely, I think it also would help with my sciatica, which has been acting up just because of sitting around a little bit more. So I want to say thank you, and I hope to see you again next week.
Oh, good. And since you brought up sciatica, you're not the only one. I've had a couple people lately bring up kidney and sciatic issues and shoulder and neck. With the sciatic, whatever you do to one side, like we opened up the leg out to the side when we had the knee bent, make sure to take that leg diagonally. So what we're doing is we're actually pinching along the nerve, not pinching the nerve where we stop it, but we're actually bringing those muscles to compress it. And then when we do the other way, you're opening. So you're letting blood flow, you're letting the energy, you're letting your chi move through all of those aspects. So what you do to one way, make sure you do to the other with a sciatic. Any kind of diagonal leg movement is gonna be your friend. You're gonna love it.
Okay, thank you. I have
You're
just
welcome.
One question.
Yes.
Your dog is so cute. What breed is he, or?
He is a dachshund. Yes, this is my friend's dog who is lovely enough to do the video and sound for me. And this is one of his two dogs. This is Lamont. And then I don't know if you saw Ted, he's the golden dog, but this is Lamont, who is a camera hog for our yoga classes. Yes, he's so cute.
Very definitely camera ready.
Oh yes,
Thank you.
He loves them. You're welcome. Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions?
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Does anyone else have any questions about their practice? That's absolutely fine. You may be returning from your Shavasana slowly, which is great. This is a great time to go into a small meditation, or maybe you feel really energized to go do something. So whatever the case is, thank you again for joining us. Again, my name is Haley Hinson of Sacred Lotus Heart. Have a lovely day, Happy New Year, and I will see you next week. Namaste.